Hello, you flirts. It's me, Russell, right in your email box. Thank you so much for allowing me access, and thank you especially for watching it. You know, we read every single email you send us. We are in communication with you at a time when communities are breaking down, at a time of polarization, confusion and bafflement. We are becoming more cohesive, more awakened, more alert than ever before. I've got some important announcements for you, particularly those of you that are in like foreign countries, which, let's face it, is not an objective way of regarding the world, is it? What's a foreign country? Well, it depends where you're standing. But I'm going on tour. I'll be touring Recovery Live. Yeah, I think we are definitely calling it that, right? I'm not going to call it Revelation, because Bill Hicks did Revelations, and who do I think I am? But that was named after a book in the Bible, so, you know, who's the plagiarist? But my point is, I'm doing Recovery Live next year. February and March, I'll be in Australia and New Zealand. In April, I'll be in Canada. I'll be in the US after that. And finally, in my beloved United Kingdom. Majesty. But today I'd like to focus on the dates in Australia and New Zealand. The show is going to be my working of the 12 steps as a tool of awakening. A humorous, self-effacing, fun, interactive, spontaneous show about spiritual development as an individual, but also as a culture and a society. How can we change the way we view God? How can we change the way we view politics? How can we change the way we view one another? How can I not nearly say chew when I'm saying view, making it seem like I'm doing a rant about chewing one another, which is a much less advanced system, a system of nibbling cannibalism. Who needs that? So tickets are going on sale next week, but you can use the book now button in this email. Science is advanced, hasn't it? There's a book in this email. There's a book now button. I've not even seen that. Press it. Press it with your dirty mind. Press it with your fingerboard. Use your fingerboard to press the book now button. There's nothing wrong with saying that, Jen. That's normal talk. Press the book now button and you can buy tickets from tomorrow. There will be more countries announced soon. Actually, I have announced some of them already, haven't I? But you, mailing list subscribers, you're getting a real treat. Like, get off me. You're getting a real treat because you're being told first, well in advance. There's probably VIP experiences. There'll probably be secondary retreat experiences. Every so often I do a free retreat. I've done a free retreat for 30 people last week where we talked about, I led a meditation as taught to me by the great meditation teacher Deepak Chopra. I talked through some of the principles of the 12 steps because, believe you me, I have a strong faith that within this system is a new universal tool for awakening us as individuals. And what happens if we awake as individuals? We can awake as a society. But let's not get bogged down in that, because that's what this live show is about. Press the book now button, get yourself your tickets, let me know that you're coming. So, as you know, I like to answer your wee questions, don't I? And here are some of those. Oh, I've just drunk a protein drink, you know, after going to the gym. It's not good. It's a vegan protein drink. It was chocolate flavour. I didn't like it. It's a very similar brand to the one I normally use. Okay, so listen, let's not worry about my minor problems. I know you've got serious stuff to deal with. I know there's so much suffering. Today alone, I've experienced other people suffering. It's very, very, well, I'm not the issue. I found it hard to take, and I'm just witnessing it and present for it. Man. Oh. Ellie says, hey Russell, firstly I want to say thank you for being a voice for love and change on your podcast and video. I'm so grateful to have you to inspire me and others and gear us up with wisdom and knowledge to bring more goodness and love into the world. Thanks, Ellie. Good for me to feel appreciated on that level. Stop me being an egomaniac, direct me towards love. Anyway, here's my question. I'm 23 years old and I have a friend whom I love and adore, but I'm starting to see her develop a very self-destructive side, and it becomes more apparent when she's high on drugs and alcohol. She tells me she's too scared to confront the things inside, and I feel helpless. I make sure she knows how much she's loved and appreciated, but I don't think that's enough. I've only just started my journey of self-love with religion and spirituality being a big part of that. How do I get someone to do the same who has little regard for spiritual ideas and doesn't see their worth? How do you get someone to see themselves the way others do? One of the great questions. Think of the many people that we've loved and adored that are incapable of seeing their own beauty. The truth is, Ellie, that unless your friend is willing to embark on a journey of change, you are unlikely to be able to do that. We say carry the message, not the addict. So you've got to carry a message of recovery, carry a message of spiritual connection, carry a message of change, but you cannot get someone to embark on a program who doesn't want to. Believe you me, there's enough people in this world who want help without us fretting too much about people that are as yet unable to receive it. We are not gods. We are not able to determine what people want, what they should do and when they should do it. They will find inspiration. I'm not saying neglect them or ignore them. I'm saying accept the limitations of our ability to help in that. When the hand reaches out, grab the hand and help, unless someone wants help. You can't help them, Ellie. Continue on your own path. You will inspire and help many more people, and I hope your friend finds his or her way to peace, you know, but we can't rush that, sadly. If we could, many people that are dead now would be alive still if we could force them, but it's not the way it is. This is from Sarah or Sarah. It's the one of the ones that's not got an H on the end, but it's basically Sarah, but without the H. You never know, do you? There's no way of knowing. There's no decisive, determinate, definitive way of knowing for sure. Hello, I'm finding it difficult to cope with feelings of rejection and worthlessness following separation from my partner. I've decided to stop drinking as I'm using this to escape reality. But I think the attachment to my partner also had an addictive quality. I cannot stop trying to reconnect with him. He says he still loves me and he just needs some space right now as he's going through a lot. This just allows me to continue speaking to him and always leaves me feeling let down and not good enough. I feel extremely depressed and wish I could just move on. How do I stop? Please help. You got to move on. You got to move on. Look, I don't know what your partner's up to there, but I would say you should prioritise yourself and let go of that. You're right when you say that there's an addictive quality to your relationship. Excuse me. I've had lots of addictive relationships in the past, and it's difficult not to be codependent. It's difficult not to be in relationships that have got blurred boundaries where you have confusing expectations from other people, of other people. What my suggestion is for the next 30 days from the moment you hear this message, you do not have any contact with this person one day at a time. You block the number off your phone, you delete the number off your phone, and when you want to talk to that person, you talk to someone else that loves and cares for you. And if there isn't anyone, email us here and we'll put you in touch with someone. That's how it works, the help@RussellBrand email. So no more communication with that person until you have a different perspective. Consider attending some 12-step fellowships on codependency and indeed on drinking, given that you've said that you've started to drink in order to control and manage your feelings. Those are my first suggestions. No contact at all. Do it now while you're watching this video. You can pick up your phone, go to the number, block, delete, gone. If the person turns up at your phone or calls you on another number, say, listen, I'm detoxing at the moment, so I won't be communicating with you for a while. Bang. Recognise what is it in you that has placed your power in this other person's approval. We all, fall in love. We all are affected by other people. But the fact is we cannot allow other people to be responsible for our feelings. And once you've entered in that dynamic, you've got to get out of it. Quick, smart, Sarah. This is from Thomas. Russell, I've loved everything you've done, from the Truths to Ponderland, different incarnations of the radio show with Matt and G, and all flattery aside, I've recently done something I deeply regret. For most of my life, says Thomas, it's been hard to make proper friends once you're on the same wavelength with. Earlier this year, I met two of the most beautiful, fantastic people. We saw films together. I went to op shops and record stores with them. What's an op shop? It was like living some kind of adolescent coming of age dream. Sounds beautiful. I said some things to them a wee while ago which they found offensive and hurtful. It wasn't my intention. I've apologised. They've told me how my behaviour made them feel, and now I don't know what to do. There doesn't seem to be any chance of our friendship progressing or advancing, which I'd really like to do. We're basically just treading water, scared that a further movement could send us into the unpredictable. That's a very poetic sentence, Thomas. Well, mate, look, you've said something hurtful. You've apologised. They've accepted your apology. Perhaps there's something you can do to make amends to them. What is it you did wrong? Be specific. You said this and you affected them in this way. What should you have said or done? Write this down. Say if I stole from someone, what I shouldn't have, I write down, what did I do? I stole 50 quid. What should I have done? Not stole 50 quid. When it comes to making amends, I give back the 50 quid I apologise. I tell them I'm no longer that person. I exempt them entirely from, like, I don't say, oh yeah, but you're a bit of an arsehole. I go, listen, what I done was totally out of order. I won't do it again. I'm not that person anymore. Here's your 50 quid back. I hope that's appropriate. Is there anything else you want me to do? Now, if you offer that format of apology, and if you need to know more about it, there's more information on resources like First 164 blog, brilliant resource, or on my website, or in my book, or in 12 steps generally, steps 8 and 9, which obviously you should do the first 7 steps before doing them. So you would look at the amends process, my little brother there. But and then if you've done all of that, then you've got to let it go once you've done it, because we can't control other people, can we, Thomas? That's the simple, cold, hard fact of the matter. All right? Don't worry too much, mate. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. More things are waiting for you out there. Cindy goes, Russell, I just watched your newsletter, in inverted commas. I have a question for you. I live in the middle of the US. There's a lot of conservative, hate that word, people here. I've been studying climate change for over a decade, and some people around here believe it's a hoax. Thanks, Trump. I have 3 little granddaughters. My whole life I've been a positive person, but I only see devastation in the next 20 years. Well, mate, don't try and look in the future. That's not possible. While we in this area may be safe from rising tides, we all will definitely suffer due to food, water shortage. I find it hard to be happy anymore. I can't think about anything other than how screwed up the world is and what a worse mess it's going to be in. I know the secret is to live in the present. That is the secret. But I feel I have to be an activist every single day to help make change. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, I think that you've connected your own malady and misery to a broader social political issue. And the veracity of that social political issue ain't the point. Climate change, no climate change. The issue is what's happening now. The issue is what can you do now? And the issue is to confront your own reality and accept your own reality without, like, we all need purpose. We all need to connect with something that is bigger than us. But that should be a positive thing. Don't connect to a negative purpose that makes you feel bad about yourself. Climate change is something like, or living ecologically mindfully is something that we can all do. You can do that. You can probably influence other people to do it. But unless you've got access to, like, you know, the people that run multinational energy companies or multinational transportation companies, or set policy for the American, Chinese, Russian or whatever government, then your influence is limited. The physical world, the material world, I have been taught, is but a tiny fraction of total reality. Deal with your inner life. Deal with your inner malady. Let your life here be an expression of an inner life that is connected and truthful. With that job done, Cindy, you will make better decisions. Focus on loving your granddaughters. Recognise that if you were like the president of China, it would still be challenging for you to make the changes that are required to amend and address the issues that you're bringing up. So don't set yourself an impossible task and punish yourself for not being able to do it. That's psychotic. Instead, focus on what you can do, and indeed follow your own advice and stay present. Not criticising you for caring. It's beautiful that you care, but the result of your care must be positive, not negative, on yourself and on others. Right, well, that's it. Check that tour thing, book the tour. The tour will just be me helping you with your problems, teaching you about these principles, how to apply them at a social, personal, political, global level. If that's what you're interested in, come see this show. Get other people to subscribe to this thing, particularly if you want me to do that ball. I'm only going to do it if 50 people in England and 50 people in America do it. I'll put on a gathering. And what do people do at balls? They wear gowns and dance around. That's what I'll be doing. Gown, dancing around, getting so messed up. What? Thank you very much for watching this video and for challenging me.